Welcome to another edition of the Get Growing Weekly Work Session with GetOiling. I'm Coach Ashley. Today we're joined by founder of GetOiling, Greg Kilway. Hey, Greg.
Hey, everybody. Glad you're here today.
We're thrilled to have you. We are also joined by Colin and Julie from our team. Hey, guys.
How's it
Hello.
going, everyone?
Now, where in the world are you? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments if you watch this as a replay later on YouTube. We're always thrilled to have you here with us. We see there's a lot of folks coming in today. This is a hot topic. Today, we're talking about text marketing. And interesting thing that you should know if you don't know this already. I know a lot of folks do like the idea of text marketing for staying in touch with your Young Living community. One thing that you got to know about GetOiling is that our texting capacity is global. We're not just in the US and Canada, we are all over the world. So if you see this and you're like, oh, I want to do text marketing and I'm not in the US and Canada, come check us out. We've got you covered. So with GetOiling, with the addition of the entire suite to manage and grow your Young Living business, you also have this increased capacity to be able to communicate in a multitude of ways. One of those, of course, is email. We've gone over that in great detail in a lot of different trainings here on our YouTube channel on these office hours that we host every week for all of Team YL. But text is another fantastic way to stay in touch. If you watch some of our trainings on our app, you'll also see that sending app notifications is another way you can get the word out with GetOiling as well. So let's go see where everybody's coming in from. Hey, Colette in Vero Beach. We've got Ohio. What is up, Bronx? I'm in New York City too. Hi, really glad to have you here. We've got North Carolina. Awesome. So you guys keep it coming in. Y'all say hello to each other. Hi, Sherma in Wyoming. Do you guys have snow already? Sherma? We were talking about this morning. Our pals here in North Dakota are already under it. I just can't. I cannot. Hello, Philly suburbs. Yes, you got snow out there. Hi, Kansas City. All right, fantastic, you guys. Excited to see you. All right, so I've got some slides that we're going to go through. So here in just a sec, we're going to pop out a video and get into those. I want to encourage you, because you may have a lot of questions about this, I want to encourage you to put those into the Q&A if you're here on the live call, just to make sure that we don't miss them, because the chat can get a little bit active. If there's anything that you would really like to see, or something that you'd like to maybe know how to do specifically, if we're not covering it today, please make sure that gets into the Q&A so that we can have some space to make sure that we go over that with you. So what we're going to do first is go out of video. So you've got a really nice recording to reference later. And I'm going to get over here into our slides where we're actually going to walk through some fun stuff. And one thing that you might really love that I want to share with you real quick here today is that I've made something for you that you can use to actually implement all this stuff that we're talking about. So there is a resource bundle that's associated with what we'll be covering on our call today. If you're on our list for this call, you have received it already with the link to join our call today. How many of you guys already have that resource bundle? You claimed it and you're excited to see how to use it. Show me your hands. This is fun. We're doing stuff today. Well, guys, if you haven't gotten it yet, don't worry, it's in your inbox. And of course, we can share it here in our chat as well, and we'll send it out with the replay. And we'll have it in the description on YouTube. So anyway, guys, today we're talking about text marketing for Young Living brand partners. This is a kind of 101 high level. Here's how we get it done. But we're also going to actually talk about a tool that we're going to put to use to start really getting you into building your text marketing list the best way possible. So today we're going to get into the basics of text marketing, what it is and how it works in your GetOiling system. We'll get into some best practices and, of course, a done-for-you system that is our resource bundle that we have shared with you. So I guess, team, if we could maybe pop that resource bundle into the chat. I see there's definitely a few folks here who maybe clicked the join link from the dashboard and not their email and maybe didn't get access to it. So yeah, so then we're going to go through that done for you system. And then, of course, if we need any live help or you have questions, we're going to make sure we have space for that on our call here as well. So do make sure, regardless of whatever your question topic might be, to go ahead and add that question to the Q&A so that we can make sure we get to it here on the live call. And if you're watching this as a replay, or if you clicked to hop on from the dashboard, make sure you're on our list, getoiling.com/weekly work session. You'll be the first to receive the bundles that we share on days like today. And of course, you'll be notified of topics. You'll get access to replays as soon as they're posted and so on. And if you want to get help, one-on-one help on a live call, you can go to getoiling.com/website review. On a call just like this one, we can set aside time to sit down and work together on anything that you're working on in your business, whether you're just getting started or you're really trying to tie up something that you've been working on for a while. All right, now question. How many of us are using text marketing to reach our people? Do you currently use text? Or maybe have you used text in the past? All right, so if you are, what are you sharing? And with whom? So what are you sending out via text and who are you sending it to? Let us know in the chat. What is going out into the world from you via text? Who is it for? What does it help them do? Are you sending text reminders for live calls? Are you dripping out educational text messages from places like the Engagement Source or Grow Workspace? Lynn's using simple reminders. Awesome. Claudia says tips, recipes, ways to use Young Living, jokes. I love it. Claudia, tell us a joke. Laurel's sharing her blog. We've got text announcing sales. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So there's a lot of great stuff you guys are sending out. Fantastic. So cheesy, oily jokes. Okay, Claudia, please don't hold out on us. I want to know what cheesy, oily jokes are. And I think our whole community would benefit if you would please share an example with us. I think that would be amazing. And thank you. All right, so text marketing basics, you guys. So 101 of text marketing, SMS. Right? There's two types of text marketing. There's SMS, that stands for short message service. That is 160 characters per message. And in GetOiling, it costs you 15 marketing credits per SMS. All right. So if you send a short, I'm sorry, we need to pause this for a second. Okay. We need like one of those sound effects. Why don't more people use essential oils? The answer, it makes no frankincense. Thank you, Claudia. I could not keep that away from you guys. Can't hold out on that. All right. So text marketing and GetOiling. We have SMS that's 160 characters. So that includes all of your word, letters, spaces, emoji, etc. Right? So 100 characters, 160 characters per message, and they cost 15 marketing credits for each one that goes out. So if you send out a message with 200 characters, that's 30 marketing credits because we've divided that 106 200 characters into those two messages, right? All right, so that's text marketing 101. And MMS is multimedia messaging service, right? So that is going to be 160 or more characters, including images or small files, right? And MMS messages are 40 marketing credits per MMS when you have images or files included. Cool thing about GetOiling, you can send up to 10 images with a single message. It's pretty cool. And where I have the little asterisk here, the cost of the marketing credits is going to vary a little bit based on where you are in the world and who you're texting, right? So that is something, if you have any specific questions about your market, definitely send a message to support@getoiling.com so we can get into the kind of, the nitty-gritty of that stuff, all right? And then finally, in GetOiling, there is a third interesting text feature, and that's called two-way texting. And when you have this feature enabled in your GetOiling account, it allows you to send unlimited messages back and forth from the chat feature in your GetOiling dashboard to people who you have in your contact list, right? So we've got these two different ways that we can send out messages. Either it's just simple, it's text-based, and that's 15 marketing credits, or it's got images included, or we just chat back and forth using chat, which is pretty cool. All right. So we've got that, right? So two-way texting, you guys, it gets you your own phone number and it's $9 a month in addition to whatever your plan is. Definitely do check the website because depending on what kind of deals we have going on at the time, if we're having any sales, that kind of thing, sometimes we will have this included, right? So let's talk now about how texts are sent with GetOiling. And the first way that we're going to talk about them being sent is using campaigns. Campaigns are essentially a means by which you can drip out a series of messages at set intervals to your contacts, right? So imagine you have 5 messages about Ningxia Red, or maybe actually let's break this down even simpler. We've got 5 messages about getting started with essential oils. We've got what are they? We've got how to use them. And then we're breaking it down into, you know, topical, inhaling and whatever, right? 5 texts. We don't want to send them all at once. It's a lot of information. We just want to drip it out. A campaign is going to send them one message one day, and then 1 or maybe 2 days later, you send the next one and so on. So that's a campaign, right? That can be done via email, can also be done via text. So a couple of ways that this can trigger. A text in code is one way that this can happen. So in this case, somebody texted hello to this number. You see that? This little blue bubble. This is what you see in the chat. It says hello. The campaign sent this message. Hey there, excited to share with you. Head over here now to complete the sign up process, right? So this campaign that you see here on the right, sign up for text invitation. This is actually part of the bundle I'm giving you today. Somebody is going to text the word hello, and they're immediately going to be sent this message, right? And this campaign also does have the next day a reminder for that person to go and click this page and complete the sign up process. Okay, so text in code. Somebody texts a word that's associated with, or, you know, a word or a code or some set of numbers and letters that's associated with one of your campaigns. They text that to your GetOiling phone number. They start to receive the campaign, right? So this is going to happen. Basically, I'm going to go through some use cases with you using the bundle that I've created for you. But basically what we're doing here is this person is going to text in that short code. The campaign associated with the short code is now going to send to that person. Now, you can also use landing pages and pages with forms to trigger text campaigns as well, right? So if a contact adds their name and their phone number to a page or a landing page, they can also receive another message. So the campaign that's attached to that page will now send that campaign if it's enabled for text. So you can see the same conversation continues because that person clicked the link, came over here, put in their name, and now they have this next message. So what I've just shown you is actually the system that I'm going to be going through and sharing with you guys at the end of our training here today. It's the best way to get at someone's phone number and then also have their name associated with their contact, because you don't want to just have numbers, right? You want to have people. People aren't numbers. All right, so let's talk about other ways people can receive text campaigns from you in your GetOiling system. Another way you can do this is if you filter your contacts for an individual or for a tag to identify a group or a set of your contacts, you can then use bulk actions where you can apply a campaign that's set up to deliver as text to those contacts. And those contacts will then begin receiving those campaign messages. Another way that you can manually apply campaigns to your contacts is if you create an automation that applies a text-enabled campaign when it's clicked. That automation could be linked in an email, on a vault page, or wherever you want to put it. If your contact clicks it, they now start getting the campaign. So contacts who click the automation are going to start receiving it, right? All right, Jackie, I'm going to go over that here in just a bit. Just texting with GetOiling, use a GetOiling phone number only. Yes, Pat, you would be setting up your GetOiling phone number with us. If you have an existing phone number that you use maybe from another service, you can port that over to GetOiling most of the time. Can a text in a message also trigger an email campaign? Technically, yes, Cornelia, it could, if you set it up that way. Awesome. Is the Grow confirmation page okay to use instead of the new one in this resource bundle? Yes, Allison. I'll get into that here in just a little bit as well. All right, so let's talk about broadcast messages. So we've gone over campaigns, which are a set of messages that you trigger to deliver over time. Broadcast messages are things that you send on the fly, right? You schedule it. It's one thing or a couple of things. It's not something that's set up to deliver in sequence automatically. But let's just say, for instance, maybe it's a reminder for a call that you're having or a quick blast out about a sale that's happening, right? That kind of thing. Okay, so one-on-one is one way that we can broadcast out a message. You can filter your contacts to search for a contact, a single person. You click the text icon on their contact card. From there, you can compose a text, send the message right away, or schedule it to send later. You could also do this with one-to-many. So in this case, you would filter your contacts for a set of contacts. Perhaps that is your Young Living list that's given you permission to send them text messages, right? Then from there, once you have those folks filtered, you're going to choose actions, bulk contact actions, and then text, right? You're going to compose a text, you're going to send or schedule, and it's off to the races. Now, two-way texting is super straightforward, really easy. So for two-way texting, this is where someone will text you on your GetOiling number directly, like someone sending hello. They could also just say, hi, this is so-and-so, and you can continue chatting with them, right? So contact is going to text your GetOiling number directly from their phone. And when you're in your GetOiling dashboard, whether you're on a computer, you're in the app, you're on your phone, you're on your tablet, wherever, when you go to the top right-hand-ish corner of your dashboard and you click the word chat, it's going to open up your chat dashboard where you can then type in replies just like you would on Messenger or something like that. And you're texting straight to their phone, and it is included in your two-way texting with that $9 a month plan. And it does not cost you any marketing credits, which is pretty cool. It's just like using DMs on social media, only it's in your contact manager being sent to their phone. So you have records of that whole conversation, which is pretty cool, right? So let's get into some best practices for our text marketing. First, always use the same rules that we talk about in email. If you aren't familiar with the rules of email marketing, definitely check out our course, Email Marketing Mastery. That's going to have a lot of the basics for you there. But just to reiterate those, have permission. Just because you have someone's phone number doesn't mean that they said yes to receiving all 27 messages that you have every month that educates on Young Living, right? Have permission from them. And then keep whatever the content is that you're sending in context with whatever permission you've been given, right? And then really importantly, and I think that this is just so very important for, especially for those of us in this space where we are really wanting to promote the purchase and consumption of products from Young Living. But if we don't make our people feel like people, if we make our people feel like numbers, they're going to tune us out. So whatever you're sending to someone, if it doesn't look like it came from a friend, don't send, right? If you want it to be something that is well received, that is responded to, even if you're sending it to 10,000 people, write it like you're sending it to one person, right? Always try to live by these rules and you will have great results in how people respond to what you put out there. Also, and this is why I've created the resource bundle for you today. You want to try to get names with numbers as often as possible, right? Instead of just getting numbers. So instead of just having, if you're at a vendor event or out in the world, instead of saying text hello to blah, 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 blah number, make sure that when they text hello, they get another message back that says, hey, come over here and finish the process. I want to make sure I've got your info correct, right? Or something like that. And now you're getting their name and maybe even their email, right? Now you can send personalization tags because you can use those. Now, when you send texts, you can say, hey, contact first name, and it's going to have their name and it's going to feel that much more personal, right? All right, so let's talk about this text marketing system that has been created for you guys. First, we've got your resource bundle here. What you're going to want to do here is click grant permission. and then click claim bundle. Now, if you are using, if you're on a basic plan and you are close to your maximum of page allotment, unclick this confirmation page and use whatever existing confirmation page you may already have. All right, so just unclick confirmation when you claim, so that you don't have to worry about claiming an additional page that you don't need. Just make sure that when you set this up the way that I'm going to be sharing with you, that you've attached a correct confirmation page. Okay, so what we have in here is an automation that's going to do a couple of things. It's going to add and remove some tags. It's going to add and remove different campaigns. And of course, it's going to redirect them to a confirmation page. And so basically what's going to happen is somebody is going to text hello to your GetOiling phone number. And then the sign up for text invitation campaign starts. That's 2 messages. The first message says, hey, we're almost done. Click here, fill this out to complete this process. And it sends them over to the landing page where they put in their name and optionally also their email and of course their phone number, because we need to associate them as a contact that just opted in, right? There is a second email that goes out the next day that reminds them, but that's only going to go out if they didn't do it already. All right, so this is going to send them the link to the text updates landing page with a call to action, right? We are going to send them a reminder on the next day if they didn't actually go and fill out the form on the landing page. So they're going to go to that landing page, put their name, number, optionally their email, and then they're going to get a new campaign that just sends one message that says, hey, you're in, right? Which you already saw, right? And then they're sent to that confirmation page. So now you have a lead who not only said yes to text, you also have their name and potentially even their email. So when it's time to send out a text to your people, what you're going to do is you're going to filter your contacts for text updates, because these are the people who said yes to text. Then we're going to apply a campaign to them or compose and send or schedule a text message, right? You can claim this bundle multiple times for multiple purposes. So let's think about some different ways that we can use this system. And then we'll actually go through and I'll show you all the little bits and bobs and pieces of it so that you can use this and maybe even test it on yourself today. So here's how I'd recommend you use this. For in-person events, if you are speaking from a stage, if you are doing a vendor event and you want to have a piece of paper that says text code to number, right? Text hello to, and then you put your GetOiling phone number there, right? Or memorize it. You just met somebody. You think they'd be a great person to connect with. You say, hey, text code to this number, right? And now they are in your system, right? So when you're out and about in the world, or if you're at in-person events, this is a great way to capture leads without having to have a computer sitting out on your table, right? You can also tweak this system and use this to get permission from your Young Living VO file from those people to send texts, right? Because we don't want to just send stuff to people who didn't say yes to it already. That's how we get people opting out, reporting us as spam, and that harms our ability to send in the future, right? And then, of course, if we want to have an invitation for people to sign up for team updates, this is another thing that you can do. And remember, you can skip the whole text in code and just use the landing page too, right? You could just share that landing page if you're sending stuff out via email, because the landing page has a text-enabled campaign attached to it. And it's just going to send them a confirmation page that says, hey, go check, check your email or whatever. Hey, like, thanks for signing up. And then, of course, they'll get that text that says you're in, good job, right? All right, so let's go check it out and then get into any kind of Q&A we have here. And Jackie, actually, I'll show and tell how this works specifically. And then you'll actually see how this works. So let me get into this account and then I'm going to share my screen and show you guys exactly what this looks like. So after you've claimed your bundle, What you're going to want to do first is let's go look at our automation, because that's really what's going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Type in the word text under automations and you'll find this automation from your bundle. And so what we have here is it's set up to add them to this campaign. And this is after this automation is attached to your landing page. Okay. So this is technically the second step in the process for the lead. If they have already texted in the word hello, right? When they text in the word hello, they're actually going to be getting this campaign. This campaign will first send the landing page and it says, hey, they're excited to share this with you. Head over here now to complete the sign up process. This is going to point them to the page that you have already set up, right? Because it has that my website code. So it'll have your stuff in there. Good to go. And then the next day, it's going to remind them, hey, there, one more step so I can send you the info you want. Follow this link to get that done. Feel free to text back if you have questions, right? They get the hello tag attached to them, Allison, when they text in the word hello to you. So if we go to the campaign details here, you can actually see that the text in keyword, so this is a text only campaign, and the text in keyword is hello. And this will actually apply that to the person who texts the word in. So it actually tags them with this as well. All right, so they've texted in. So now they have the hello tag and they're receiving this 2-message sequence, the first of which sends them to the landing page, the second of which reminds them to go to the landing page. Okay, so that's the campaign. Let's go look at the landing page. Oop, that's not where the landing pages are. Yes, we would remove the tag to keep things cleaner. That's correct, Allison. Yeah. And also, you know, just periodically, if you want to search for the hello tag, those are people who who sent a text, but who never did the next thing. So you could also just identify those easily as people who didn't follow the next step. You don't have a name for them. So you want to just, make sure that you have reached out to them directly. Say, hey, we met recently. Noticed you didn't finish, the setup process or registration process. How's it going? Who is this, by the way? Right? All right, so let's go over to, we'll type in the word text just in case you got a lot of landing pages. There it is. Here's what it looks like. You, of course, can change this to your liking, but it says, let's stay in touch. Enter your info below to be the first to receive my text updates. They can put in their name, email, phone. After that, this is required. Phone is required here. Name is required here. And they are consenting to receiving updates. And so when they put their info in here, they are sent to a confirmation page. You can attach the confirmation page of your choice. So here we'll go to text updates. And when we go to settings, you can actually see that the name of it is text updates. That's the link path as well. I'm not sending a campaign because we're signing up for text updates using our automation. So that automation is attached here. So Allison, we don't have to put that star next to the field. It's not going to let them move ahead if they haven't put that in there. The page won't let them move ahead if it's required. So you can say require these fields. You could require all for sure if you wanted to. In this case, I've just required name and phone because I want to be able to associate a phone number, a name with that phone number, right? And then we're sending them to a confirmation page of your choice. So they've gone to this landing page. Once they've opted into this landing page, going back to our automations, you'll see what happens next. So because that is a 2-message campaign that they get when they text the word hello, that does when they go to that landing page and they sign up for updates, that campaign is now removed. So they won't receive that reminder email unless it's the next day and they haven't done this yet. And then there's a simple campaign that goes out that confirms that they've signed up for text. It just says this, it says, you're now in the loop. Definitely add me to your contacts now if you haven't already. Excited to share with you. And just a quick tip, you guys, I don't know if you knew you could do this. If you download your own contact card file from, say, your contacts on your phone or your computer or whatever, it's usually in the format .vcf. You can actually save that as a file, upload that file here, right? And then you can copy that file attachment, the URL for it, and paste it into a message like this. And you can actually send your contact card to people from a campaign just like this. Tested it before, it's pretty cool. So you could also just add your contact card here. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, so that's what happens here. They get that confirmation. They are now tagged with text updates, and that now means that when it's time for you to send a text, this is the key word that you want to be searching for. You want to filter your contacts for this tag, text updates. And now that's all the people who have said yes to getting text from you. And that's who you want to be sending your stuff to, right? Pretty straightforward. But we can definitely go through any of this, walk through any of these things if you want clarity. Let me see, let's go back through the questions here. Yep, so removing the hello tag just because you don't need a bunch of extraneous tags on your contacts. If they texted hello, you don't need that anymore if they're on your text list. You just need them to be tagged with text list. Let's see what else. Would you want to add more messages to the campaign that's being removed, reminding them a week later or something else, more targeted prospecting messages? Yeah, absolutely. Use this as a base framework, just as a way to make sure that when you're out in the world, and maybe it would be a little bit more awkward to like put their name and email into something and you just want to get that to them for later, by all means, drip it out over months if you want to. Just add those to that initial campaign that goes out with the hello keyword. And you can, sky's the limit there for you. Good question. Can we set up an automation to remove hello when they have opted in? So that's actually what this automation does. So at opt-in, so the that landing page is where the automation is attached. So if we go back and look at this landing page that I sent you guys, the automation removes hello. And it removes this invitation campaign that could have any number of different messages on it. And this is attached to the landing page. So that means that the only way that they're going to be untagged with hello, tagged with text updates, and receive that confirmation message and stop receiving the reminders to sign up is if they opt in on this page. This is what makes all of those things happen, because that automation included in your resource bundle is attached right here. So it does all of those things for you. What else? What else? Oh, and I guess we should probably talk about this as well. And it's something that I'm going to give it a stab. You can technically send text messages without setting up your two-way texting. That is something that you can do, but the message that's going to go out is going to be from a GetOiling number on behalf of you. And I don't think you don't get responses to that. Right, Greg? Is that right? Like if somebody, like if you send out messages now without setting up, like clicking this chat guy right here and setting up your number and getting your two-way texting set up, if somebody responds to a message that you text out, you don't get it, do you?
Right, yeah, because that's only the one-way texting, because there's a central shared number. If you don't have two-way texting activated, it all comes from the same number. So we wouldn't know who to send replies back to anyway, if they came into that number. But when you don't have two-way texting, there's a little footer that's put on the bottom that does have your mobile number on it. So people could tap that and reply directly. It's just not quite as convenient.
Got you. Yeah. So yeah, in order for this bundle to work the way it is designed, you do want to have two-way texting. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because again, you do want to have, you want to have the ability to, answer back if somebody texts you, and have that be your phone number that they keep in their phone. Let's see. And yeah, you do also, you'll get notifications of a new lead if you have that set up in your general settings. You could also modify those settings here as well. Let me go and show you. And you can change this in the settings for this page. Under advanced options, you can get notified whatever your defaults are, or you could say only notify me for new contacts or don't notify me at all. Okay, so Jackie, you wanted to know about setting up the automation. So basically what I did here, and I'll just go back to, what did I do first? So I created the campaigns first, right? The very first thing I created was the campaign. And I'll just type in text here. We've got this one. Oh, that's not a campaign. Hello. Let's go here and type in the word text. All right. There should be, well, there's a lot of them. It's going to be down towards the bottom of your list if you've got loads of text campaigns from Grow Workspace like this account does. Here we go. So sign up for text invitation. So what I did was I created a new campaign, and in the campaign details, I made it text only because of course that's what this is for. And then the texting keyword is hello. And then I created my messages. And Allison, in this case, in this sign up for text invitation, this is where you would maybe create a new message and make it be 7 days later or whatever, right? To remind them further. What we did in setting up this campaign is that I put send landing page here just so that I know what it is. But what's being sent to them is this guy down here, right? This is the message that's going to go out. And it is going to that landing page. So in order to actually complete the creation of this campaign, we got to go over and make that landing page. And so this was a little bit of a loop, right, of creating this. That's why I actually made it and put it all together and gave it to you guys. But in the automations, basically what we knew we needed to do was if somebody actually took the first step here in this first message, we don't want them to receive the second one. So we need to remove this campaign from them. And then we need to send them a confirmation message. And in that campaign as well, you should and could absolutely add additional messages there too, where you could say, here's this confirmation message. We can say, hey, I'm so excited to, share more information with you. Tell me what you're most excited to learn more about. And now when that person responds to you, you can go up here to chat and you can go find this person here and say, what are you most interested in learning about, right? And so this is going to get sent to this person and then they can actually reply right back. And this actually doesn't cost you any marketing credits at all, which is really cool. That's what this looks like. But yeah, in setting up the automation, I'll show you here. I basically just created a new one. And this is, I don't remember what I called it, but it's text something. I added the tag text updates, add action. I removed the tag hello, just to keep things clean. And then I'm going to add the campaign confirmation. I'm going to remove the campaign, the sign up campaign that sends those reminders, right? And then I'm going to, because they are on a landing page, I'm going to redirect them to a confirmation page. And that's it. That's how this automation was created. And so what you do when you create this automation, you go up here and you copy your keyword, and then you could use that as a link in an email, a link in a vault, right? Or of course, you could just share the link to the landing page and, folks could also opt in that way, right? All right, Allison says, in a landing page, I'm looking at the automation to run and it's empty. Should it have the text automation selected? Yes, if you don't have, if for whatever reason, when it imported, it didn't come with that, what you wanna make sure your landing page looks like is this. Let me just walk through this with you real quick and show you. All right, so in your page settings, no campaign up here, right? So look for no campaign. Right? Select no campaign, scroll down, make sure you require at least email and phone. Send them to a confirmation page and then select automation to run, sign up for text updates. If it looks like this, you should be golden, you should be totally good to go. Let's see. So in the landing page, we got that. Should there be a page to send the person to as well in the landing page? So yeah, that would be your confirmation page, because they are filling this out on a page. You want to send them to a confirmation page. And if you can't, if you're number of pages in your account is at max, that you might want to adjust your kind of do it all confirmation page to include check your inbox or your phone, right? To kind of cover the base of you having also sent them a text, because what we are doing is, you know, hey, I just sent you a text. So just modify your confirmation page to reflect that. Awesome. All right, what else? Yeah, we can transfer numbers if you have those. I'm going to see if there's anything else here. Who else has questions, or do you want to go over anything together? We are kind of open season here at this point. Do you have maybe an idea for how you might want to be texting, or maybe doing things differently? How would you, like to approach that? We can come out and chat together. Let's see. Claudia says, I sent my first intro message to my contacts yesterday, though there was no opt-in or opt-out option for them. I currently don't have 2A. So there is actually, you didn't say it, but I'm pretty sure it's something that comes after, but people can reply with the word stop, and they'll stop receiving information from you. But let me actually show you something. This is something that you should know if you're sending out text messages. Let's just say, for instance, you have an education campaign, and I'm going to send you an email every day for like 3 weeks, because this is, or not an email, I'm going to send you a text every day for 3 weeks because this is a challenge, right? We're in a challenge. What if somebody maybe needs, like, life happened and they can't continue with a challenge? We want to allow them the opportunity to not receive that campaign anymore without them cutting you out from texting them ever, period, right? Because if they text stop, they don't get any messages from you anymore. So there is an important feature that I want to show you in our campaigns. So let's go look at this one real quick. I keep like searching the wrong place. All right, so go to campaigns and then search text. And like landing pages used to actually be in like next to campaigns. I've been here too long. All right, so let's go find our guy down here. Perfect. All right, so this one has 2 messages. So somebody could text back stop, and they will not receive anything else from you by text again. But if we go to campaign details and we give a specific opt-out keyword, and we say stop challenge, all one word, and this is maybe a text campaign again, where you've got all of these messages going out over and over again, you can say at the start, you can say, if you ever want to stop receiving these and start them again another time, just text back with stop challenge, or challenge stop. Actually, I would put challenge stop, because if they accidentally put stop as the first word, that could actually trigger the text to read that they don't want to get anything from you. So put challenge stop. And then that will actually just stop this campaign. And then anything else that you might be sending, broadcast campaigns, otherwise they would still get from you. So what you're going to want to do if you want to use this is to actually share this in the copy of your campaign and say, if you want to stop receiving these at any point, use this word, and then they'll be done. Okay, should we edit the confirmation page to say check your phone for the confirmation text? Looks like it directs them to add your email. Yeah, so I would go to, I just gave you guys a standard confirmation page there. What I would do if you use, if you have premium, you have like unlimited pages. So just make one that you only use for these text in, like make a text in confirmation page that would go, behind a landing page where somebody signs in for text updates. But if you are on basic and you are just trying to make the most of a single confirmation page, just add, check your email or your phone if you signed up for text, because I just sent something to you, and that should cover your bases. There are a lot of things, Allison, but the things that you want to do are really just the things that are most important right now, one thing at a time. All right, Lynn, holiday gifts and what would be good for cold calls. Opt-in ideas for holiday gifts, gift ideas that are clean. So Lynn, let's explore through this just a little bit. Are you interested in like texting out gift ideas to your VO file, to your contacts from Young Living? Let me know in the chat. Is that kind of the idea? And cold calling whom? Like where would you be getting those numbers from? Maybe folks who texted in a long time ago. Maybe you didn't get their number and now you're like, hey, I have your number in my phone. That'd be an interesting thing to do, wouldn't it? How many of us have a bajillion contacts and it's a bunch of people that we met over the years and we don't even know who all of them are? Like, what if we just like made a point of like calling 10 of them a week just to say, hey, we were in touch for some reason in the past. How are you? That's kind of cold calling. It's slightly warm calling. All right, Lynn says, I have many contacts and sending them ideas, BNI, and you're in a new area. Okay, BNI with a landing page. So what I would do, Lynn, is use the same strategy where it's like text hello to, my GetOiling number. And then what I would do is in that secondary campaign, that would be the confirmation one, text updates confirmation. After they've put in, because when they text hello to your GetOiling number, it's going to send them to your landing page, right? On that landing page, they're going to put in their name. You could also set it up similarly as the landing page on a custom page and maybe add a couple of more pieces of information, like what company do you work for? What's your title there? That's literally a thing that you can do, and you can get that information. I actually set this up for someone recently. Here, if we go to create a page, and we'll have a form here, you could send a page like this to them instead of a landing page. Just make sure you attach the automation to this page. But under settings, what we could do here is say we would require the phone. Don't have to require the email, but I would. Your BNI, people communicate via email all the time, right? So we add a field here, and this will be short text, and this will be their company name. Company name. Ooh. And then we could also say your role, right? So what's their title? And then you can actually pop that in right here. So if you're BNIing and you're getting, somebody is this type of person at this company, you can be getting all of that business information here. If you are a corporate or executive coach, or you serve organizations, you should be doing something like this too, right? Because it's, kind of gives you more of that information. But in terms of like sending out holiday gift ideas, what I would do is if you already have contacts, Lynn, I would go to those contacts, filter them in your contacts here, and then just send out a quick broadcast that says, hey, I'm going to be sharing some gift ideas over the next few weeks. If you would like them, if you'd like to get these, head over here, right? And then they can either click an automation link, which you already have one, which is cool, or you can send them to a landing page or a custom page. Let's see, but yeah, one of the shortcut ways of, if you're at a BNI meeting and you don't maybe necessarily have your website like written down on a card or whatever, you can just say, know your GetOiling number and say, hey, just text hello to this number. You got your phone out? Here, yeah, just text hello here, and it's going to send you a message from me. You can go and put your name and your info in, and we can be in touch. So you can actually think about this as just like an info gathering. You're just getting people from out in the world into your contact manager. I hope that helps. And I guess, definitely share with me any clarifications that you might have in terms of what you're looking for. But yeah, what I would do with a BNI, or really just with your list generally, if you've come up with a creative idea, something that you want to share, then you just say, hey, I'm going to be doing this. Would you like it? And if you're sending it via email, and I think this works via text as well, Greg, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how it looks, but you could put like an automation link in a text too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like any other link. It's on your domain name, and it's a short link. So
yeah. So if these are people that are already on your list, like if you're already in touch with them, then you could send a text or an email with an automation link that will tag them for text updates, because you want to be able to basically say, hey, I'm going to be texting out inspiration, 2 times a week for holiday gifts. If you'd like to be on those updates, click here. And then you just include that in an email or a text. And then there you go. None of them are your contacts in GetOiling, so I wanted to grow this now. Yeah, so what you do is make a landing page that is just for the BNI type people, right? Like basically I gave you a very generic system to start with today. You could use that just for your leads, generally speaking. But if there's a process, like maybe you have them text B and I to your GetOiling number. And then when they actually go and put their name and their information in, instead of being tagged just with text updates, they would be tagged with B&I and text updates, right? All right, Jackie says, is there a way to give options in an email asking people if they want text or emails and to have it change their settings in their contact manager? Craig is a genius after all. Do you know if there's a way to do that?
If that's referring to the campaign setting, no, not really, but you can manage the tags through existing, mechanisms. So if that's how you're sending primarily sending all your emails or texts, sending them to people who are tagged with email or tagged with text, then that can be managed right now.
Yeah. I definitely recommend like having a tag like general newsletter or Young Living newsletter or text updates, right? Or Young Living text updates, and have those be the people that you're sending to. And so then what you're able to do is if somebody wants to opt in or out of something, then you have an automation link inside of those campaign messages, or maybe in a saved reply that you pop into the bottom of an email, where you can say, hey, if you'd prefer not to get email notifications about this thing, click here, and then it just untags them with the thing that you're filtering for. Right? So we have that on our weekly work session emails, right? So every week to our whole list, we send out, hey, this is what we're doing this week. But if the reminders, the replays, you got to sign up for it, right? But if you look at the bottom, it says, if you don't want to get these emails anymore, click here. And that's going to untag you in our system from weekly work session, right? So you're tagged weekly work session. And when I send out broadcasts every week, like it's time, we're live in an hour and here's the replay, you are tagged weekly work session. If you click that link in that email, it untags you weekly work session, and you're not going to get those anymore, because the reason why you're getting them is because I'm filtering for that tag. So if that's kind of the way that you want to manage it, is if you don't want these, click here, or, you have them use one of those stop codes or something like that on the campaign, or, if they don't want text period, then they should just, text stop, and then they don't get any at all. Hope that helps. Awesome. We do have time for a couple more questions if you guys have any. I know I just kind of thumbing through the chat here. Hopefully I didn't miss anything from you guys. But yeah, really great questions today. I want to encourage you to get your two-way texting going. It's such a cool way to be able to communicate with people, especially when you start factoring in that chat feature where you can literally just from your dashboard, wherever you're working, just send a message out and it goes straight to their phone, right? It's a really, really cool thing to do, not just for your marketing and promotions, but just for keeping in touch. Yes, Jackie says, love it. It's so worth it. It really, really is. And also, I think just from a professional perspective, you guys, it's really nice to have a phone number that you can give to people that's not your cell phone number, right? A lot of us, when we're first getting started, we're like, I'll take any call. I want anybody, right? But you will get to a point where you're like, man, I wish I'd put up some boundaries. And this is a really great way for you to get that going. Awesome. Awesome. So you guys, thank you for being here today. We will be back same time next week. What do you want to learn about? Let us know. Let us know what kind of information you're looking for. We're always excited to share that information with you. Actually, Laurel, is it possible to add in Zyto? So there is actually a fantastic course taught by Dr. Linda Allen that you can find on our partners page on our website. And she actually teaches how to integrate inviting people to Zyto scans and the follow-up systems and all of those things attached to it. And it's not just Zyto, it's Itovi as well. So if you use different scanning technologies, she covers all of those in that course. And she has done for you resource bundles and GetOiling and live calls and support in a great community. So definitely check that out on our partners page. She's done a really great job with that. And there's a couple, if you want to look for some free trainings on our YouTube channel, just go to here. I'll actually show you. If you go to youtube.com/GetOiling, let me share my screen here real quick. If you go to youtube.com/GetOiling, make sure you are on a desktop or a laptop device. Click this little search bar, type in scan. Here we go. There it is. So this is the most recent one, wellness scan strategies, how to get and keep long-term customers with Itovi and Zyto. This is the more recent one that actually covers not just Zyto, but also Itovi, but you could watch this one too. So definitely check these out. We've got a lot of folks who do use those scanning tools. They're so powerful, and they couple them with the GetOiling system to make sure that they're on top of things, right? Because it is sort of a manual process. If somebody wants a Zyto scan, you got to kind of go and like set up their account, and then you got to get them in. So there's things you need to do, and she's covered all of those bases, being a very busy physical therapist working in the schools and doing this, you know, on the side for Young Living, and she's got her whole team duplicating it. So really, really recommend you check it out. Awesome. Awesome. So you guys, thanks for the great questions. Let's go start getting, getting it moving with our text marketing. Lynn asked, how do you brand your text or campaigns? Your voice. Sound like you. That's really the only way to do it. The problem with a lot of marketing is that it makes people feel like numbers, right? I am just someone who could buy something from you. When we make our voice sound like their friend, and the way that we deliver our message sounds like and looks like it's written by a friend, people respond like a friend sent it to them. And that's how it should be. This is network marketing, not marketing. Like, they could get pretty emails from Young Living all day and cute text with pictures. And again, don't get me wrong, like some graphics and photos and stuff are fine if that's like the point of what you're sending. But it is possible to overbrand. So know your voice, be consistent with your voice, and be there and love on your people, and they'll love you back exactly as you are. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week, same time, noon Eastern, and have a great week, everybody.